Good morning. Now we are discussing about the how the capacity of reservoir should be fixed or yield of the reservoir can be fixed. So before going to that, we should know the some definitions and some graphs. So first we should learn about yield of a reservoir. So, what is the yield? The yield of reservoir is defined as the amount of water that can be supplied from a reservoir in a specified interval of time. So, at a specified interval of time, that means 1 day or 1 month or 1 year. So, in 1 day, how much water can be supplied from a reservoir or withdrawn from a reservoir is called the yield. That if we take 1 day, it is 1 day yield, 1 month yield, 1 year, 1 year yield. Next, safe yield. It is the maximum quantity of water that can be guaranteed during a critical dry period. It is also called as fill yield. So, if maybe it is a dry period or wet period, standard amount of water that's supplied by a reservoir is called the safe yield. Secondary yield. It is the quantity of water available in excess of safe yield during periods of high flood. The secondary yield is available at flood seasons. If floods are occurred, the gates are open and it is released to the downstream. That quantity of water is called the secondary yield. So, useful storage is equal to the safe yield and surcharge storage is equal to the secondary yield. So, in dams, always useful storage is equal to the safe yield and surcharge storage is equal to the secondary yield. The average yield, the arithmetic average of safe yield and secondary yield is called the average yield of the reservoir. Next, capacity. What is the capacity of reservoir? The capacity of reservoir is defined as the total volume of water that can be stored in it. So, how much water will store in the reservoir? That is called the capacity of the reservoir. The capacity of a reservoir may be fixed by various methods, but the most important method is mass curve method. So, what is the mass curve method? It is also called the mass inflow curve. We have two types. Capacity will be fixed in two types. One depend on the inflows. Second one demand and supply. So, for the two methods are used for fixing the capacity of a reservoir. Maybe tanks, overhead tanks, also depend on certain techniques. Majorly mass inflow curve method and demand method. So, first we are discussing the mass inflow curve method. The reservoir capacity corresponding to a specific yield is determined with the help of mass inflow curve and demand curve method. A mass inflow curve is a plot between the cumulative inflow in the reservoir with time. It is prepared from flood hydrograph. So, mass inflow curve is the graphical technique. In that, we are taking time on x-axis and discharge or inflows into the reservoir is on y-axis. So, for example, the flood is always not same and all years are not same flood occurred at the same area. For example, in 2020, he received the 100 100 TMC of flood in reservoir. In 2019, it is maybe 50 or 60. In 2018, it may be 70. So always floods occurred at the same place at every year is not same. So first we collect the flood year-wise or month-wise depend on the reservoir capacity. So generally we are taking the years. So every year floods are collected. Minimum 20 to 30 years data is required for this flood hydrograph. So, and we have cumulatives. For example, 1957, we have 100 TMC of flood. At 58, we received only 60. Here, we are taking cumulative. So, up to 58, 100 plus 60, 160. So, like that, we are taking the cumulatives. So, time on x-axis and cumulative discharge on y-axis. So, the plot between time versus cumulative discharge is called the flood hydrograph of inflow. Okay, so here we are taking the time versus inflow. Okay, mark cumulative inflow. So we obtain the curve like this, increasing with up and downs. It always increased. So because we are taking the cumulatives, that's why the curve shows always increasing trend, but it not a straight line. It always shows the up and downs. Okay, so this is the mass inflow curve and this is the flood hydrograph. Individual years. So 57, 58, 59 up to 62 it is increasing, again decreasing. So all these are cumulative and drawn the mass inflow curve by taking time on x-axis and cumulative inflow on y-axis. Okay, so next, how to calculate the capacity from this inflow curve? Means from these up and downs we draw a tangents for each up and down. So A1, B1 is one tangent. We observed 3 depressions in this curve. 1, 2, 3. So 3 depressions are presented in the curve. So first we draw the 3 tangents at each depression, 1 tangent. A1, B1 is 1 tangent. A2, B2 is 2nd tangent. A3, B3 is the 3rd tangent. So for that tangent we have taken the slope, that means y by x, the depth of vertical and the length of horizontal. So we have calculated the slopes. Okay, so depend on the slope we are fixing the spill or capacity of the reservoir. So from the flood hydrograph of inflows, for several years prepare the mass inflow curve. Also prepare the mass curve of demand on the same scale. From the A1, A2, A3, etc., the mass curve draw tangents parallel to the demand curve. Next, measure the maximum vertical intercepts E1, D1. So, next, after drawing the tangents, again we are constructed the vertical intercepts E1, D1, E2, D2, E3, D3. Okay, so etc. Between the tangent and the mass curve, the vertical intercepts indicate the volume by which the inflow falls short of demand. So these vertical intercepts represents the requirement or inflow of the water. Okay, so for E1 D1 less 800 hectometer water, E2 D2 2100, E3 D3 E3 D3 3400. Okay, so like that we have calculated the each intercept spill. Next, the vertical distance between successive tangents represent water wasted over the spillway. That means this difference between this tangent and this tangent represented the wasted water. Therefore, the spillway must have sufficient capacity to discharge this flood volume. Next, corresponding to the numerical figures indicated in figure, the required reservoir capacity is 2100 hectometer. And assuming the reservoir to be full at A1, it is depleted 2100 minus 800, that is 1300 hectometer. That means from this we have selected that this is the average capacity of the reservoir, because the more is second one, E2 D2 has more capacity. So the 2100 is the useful storage and this spill is the 800. So the total required capacity is 2100 and full at 1300 hectometers. Okay, so assuming the reservoir to be full at A2, it is empty at D2 and is again full at B2. The reservoir is full between B1 and A2 and the quantity of spill is 800 hectometers. Okay, so this is the fixation of capacity of reservoir by using the mass inflow curve technique. Next, say in the same way we are fixing the safe yield also. Okay, the safe yield is drawn between time versus time by taking time on x-axis and cumulative mass inflow on y-axis. Similarly, we can draw the tangents at depressions and verticals at each depression and take the average. So the procedure is same for safe yield like capacity. Okay, next the same procedure. Now we are taking the, by fixing the inflow, we are utilizing the inflow graph. The capacity is fixed with demand also. What is the demand curve? A demand curve is a plot between accumulated demand with time. So time versus inflow, it is inflow curve. Time versus demand, then it is called demand curve, because always the demand is not the same, because in agriculture, if we take a rainy season, the demand of reservoir is very less because farmers are mainly depend on the rains. When coming to Rabi season mainly sowing at January to March. So there the rainfalls are less. So the farmers are depend on reservoir water. There at that time the demand is more. So the demand is not same at all time. If it is same, we get straight line. For example, drinking purpose, the demand is same. So depend on purpose, the demand will change. Okay, a demand curve is a plot between time versus demand. The demand curve representing a uniform rate of demand is a straight line having the slope equal to the demand rate. A demand curve may be curved also indicating non-uniform or variable rate of demand. So this is the first A figure represent the uniform rate of demand and B figure represent the variable rate of demand. Okay, so if it is uniform rate of demand, it is a straight line, then for 1 year how much demand is there, and for 1 year variable pay how much demand is more. So for variable rate of demand, again we are follow the same procedure. Instead of by taking inflows, here we are taking the demands. Okay, so this is the fixing of the capacity of a reservoir. Okay, in next class we are discussing with the sedimentation, a major problem of the reservoirs.